there we are. Oh, chat log is kind of peeking out a bit, but that's fine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV tonight. I am on my European alt. And I just put a title on her because why not? She didn't have a title. Why is it still saying starting soon on my character? There it is. There we go. So, yeah, we are going to do a Final Fantasy XI crossover event, which let me close this and close this. I've done it on my other characters, but not on this one, so we can do it. And it'll be fun, and we get to see Aroha. She is from the Rhapsodies of Vanadiel quest line in Final Fantasy XI. So, if you played 11, you probably have done some of the Rhapsodies, but if you haven't, that's where she's from. Hello, welcome to the stream, Flame. Good to see you. You did not miss anything. I just went live, so I pinged you right at the start. Siribot is here and says there's a new type of broom out. It's sweeping the nation. Very funny, Siribot. I love the dad jokes. So yeah, I have not even unlocked the quest yet. This is my European alt. She's exactly the same as Althea, and but got a cute glam on for Heaven's Word. She's in Heaven's Word, so. And I gotta get on her and finish Heaven's Word because I want to get to Stormblood before Colin starts streaming Stormblood again. So I can cheer him on. I'm not on the same server he is, but I'm on the same data center. So I have gone on to his server to cheer him on when he does like the end last quests of the stories and stuff like that. So it's been fun. We make a whole line of people, and first time we did, he was so shocked. It was fun, though. Okay, so it took me a while to find this NPC, because I'm like, doesn't it start down in the octet, or whatever it's called? But no, that's where it ends. And it's a seasonal quest, so she's got a regular quest marker, not a blue quest marker. So it took me a while to find her. I actually had to look up on, the, Lodestone. I'm like, where is she again? But here she is. Rimumu has caught wind of a promising story and seeks an adventure to help separate fact from fiction. A journey to remember. Excuse me, miss. Do you have a moment? I'm Rimumu with the Harbor Herald, and judging by your dress, you're one of those well-traveled adventurers I've heard so much about. No doubt one as worldly as yourself has heard the rumors of an unusual warrior maiden from the Far East. Danger constantly follows in her footsteps, and the Far Easterners I've spoken with claim her dress and fighting style are nothing they've ever seen. Do you know what happened the last time a strange warrior from unknown lands came to Eorzea? That upstart Peter Winsome practically stole the parchment from my desk to write his story. Our readership soon doubled, and he's been regarded as the Harper Harrow's finest reporter ever since. That should have been my story, and I'll be damned if he beats me to this one. With following her is as dangerous as it sounds, I'll need an adventurer like you to keep me safe. If you're interested, meet me down at Costa del Sol. That's where she was last spotted, so that's where I plan to start. Okay. Costa del Sol. Ah, you're here at last. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. She was here just a few bells ago, or so I was told. Look, over there. Could it be? Begging your pardons. Please do not think me strange for asking, but can you tell me if we are close to Sabina? Or perhaps Mora? I fear I am hopelessly lost. Sabina? Mora? Sorry, dear, but you're on the eastern shore of Vilbrand, eastern Lenasia to be precise. I take it you're a far eastern traveler that's been the talk of the taverns as of late? You've cut quite the warpath through Eorzea from what I've heard. Yes, I hail from the far east, but Vilbrand? Lenasia? I cannot recall such names. The truth to be told, I cannot recall much of anything since awakening in these strange surroundings. But Byra got spared. You mean you've lost your memory? I remember. My name is Iroha. I am training the way of the glaive, but I feel I am still a novice. Before awakening here, I was on a mission to... Forgive me. It is hard to make sense of what little I can recall. The only clear thoughts in my mind are of Master and a powerful technique I labored to perfect, Amatsu Kyori. I am certain it is essential to completing my mission. Interesting you remember training above all else. Perhaps that's the key. If you continue to practice your master's teachings, it stands to reason other related memories might come back to you. Recalling my mission by first recalling master's teachings? Yes, that does seem plausible. I do not doubt many of the techniques I learned have a specific purpose. It would only be a matter of focusing on this particular one. This is the scoop I've been looking for. A far eastern warrior on a special mission? What if we're in danger? This isn't some fairy tale like Peter's story. People need to know. But she's no good to us if she can't remember anything. Help her so we can get to the bottom of this. Here, take this map before you go. Training won't do you any good if you get lost now, will it? Your kindness is greatly appreciated. Thank you. To journey alone in this strange land would be a trial all its own, I am sure. Might we explore the shore south of here? I recall mention that the beach was an excellent place for training. Something about the aquatic wildlife being suitable for sparring. If the creatures here are similar, I would very much like to try my hand against them. And I trust you'll ensure she has every opportunity to do so. Now, don't let me keep you. The sooner she remembers her mission, the better. When she's had her full of combating critters along the coast, perhaps you should rest in Limsa where it's safer. Walwick Hall should do nicely. It's the first place you'll see after coming through the gates. I love the little Lalafell waves. They're so cute. Okay, so if you don't know, in Final Fantasy XI, it was very popular to beat up crabs. There were a couple different camps that people would camp at to beat them up. And it was, yeah, fun times. Oh wait, you're level 27? Oh, I'm fine. Okay. Yeah, this is a fight music. anyway. Oh, she's over there. Okay. A lot of times I don't talk when I'm fighting because I like just focus on what I'm doing. But these are squishy crabs, which is nice. They weren't always squishy in 11, so. I believe it will suffice for now. Fighting alongside such a seasoned warrior has been educational. I am grateful that you chose to accompany me. Is she gonna disappear or is she walking all the way to... I'm lagging a bit because I am on the EU servers right now, so... Yeah, she disappeared. Okay. Unza. See, I remembered her standing in this place, and that's where I looked for her to start the quest. I forgot that the quest started with a reporter. Training at the beach was invigorating. It has been too long since I enjoyed such sport, fighting alongside one so well versed in the arts of war. I would like to think I improved my form by following your example. At first, I doubted crabs would be suitable for practice, but I was quite wrong. Testing my strength against their hardened shells, swing after swing, over and over again. I could easily spend days or even weeks at a time battling them. If only I could remember who suggested this training regimen. I got an opus stone shard, okay. A slightly luminous stone of unknown origin. It may have some connection with Iroha's lost memories. Interesting. Oh my, what a peculiar stone. I sense something within it. Something familiar. Something dark. A growing battle in the code against evil made manifest. A lord of shadows, long dead yet somehow resurrected. The fate of a realm hanging in the balance. I remember. And yet, I am not convinced these visions relate to my mission. Why would Master entrust me with the means to slay such a foe? The answers must lie within my memories. They have to. All the more reason I must hurry to complete my training and perfect Amatsu Kiori. While waiting for your arrival, I asked a couple of travelers from Gridania, I think, where I might find creatures of a more dark and unusual nature. They told me of a place called Hawk Manor. It's cursed estate where grounds play host to various sorts of hellish monsters. These creatures sound like promising opponents, full of the fury and cunning I would expect in a true battle. Now then, let's be off. When we are finished, we can meet in the nearby town. Okay, so yeah, that was the Shadow Lord, which we saw briefly last night, like very briefly, in that flashback that Iroha had. Where am I going? He is the base story game boss of 11. And also features in Wings of a Goddess. So that's why we saw him last year. And he's also in this game because there are Final Fantasy XI raids. And he's a boss in that raid. So... Okay, so Bent Branch Meadows. Yuki! That's my chocobo. So weird after playing 11 where you don't have to dodge much to come to this game and like have to dodge. These demons, they call to mind another old story. To surpass his limits, a great samurai once fought such fiends. Perhaps by defeating these demons I can do the same. Go away, floating. I don't like you. It would seem we have driven them back. Alas, I could scarcely master your pace. This will not do. There must be a way for me to improve more quickly. She goes. Yeah, she was working pretty slow there. I mean, I know she was using a two-handed weapon, which are slower, but it was like she really paused in between strikes. She must be in here. Thank you for once again aiding in my training. To witness such majesty and grace on the battlefield is truly inspiring. It served as a wonderful lesson in combat. Orstone shard. Oh, you have found yet another strange stone. Yes, it radiates with a warmth much like the last, but the color is... Wait, do you hear that? A long and arduous journey together with a young girl. This mission is not what I expected. When we fought many battles together, and we were not alone. No, I dare say our comrades were well beyond counting. But what business would I, a lowly student, have undertaking such missions? I cannot make sense of it. Still, I must thank you for this. Before meeting you, I was hopelessly lost, smothered by a fog of fear and uncertainty. But now I have your light to guide me. You have brought me yet another step closer to completing my training and locking the memories so dormant within me. After speaking with a few of the patrons here before you arrived, I believe I found the next perfect place to continue honing my skills, the Sagoli Desert. If what I was told is true, a creature of unspeakable terror roams the sands. They say its strength is impossible to gauge. That's funny. They say its strength is impossible to gauge, as yet no one lives to tell of its great might. But together, I believe we can lay the beast low. When we have finished, we can take a hard-earned rest in Uda. Okay, the reason I laughed at that is because in Final Fantasy XI, there are these things called notorious monsters. And also in Final Fantasy XI, unlike 14 where when you fight a monster it tells you what level it is, you don't know what level you're fighting, but you can use a command called check to check how bad it is to fight the monster. And they might say they're easy prey or a decent challenge, even match, tough, incredibly tough. But then the notorious monsters will say their strength is impossible to gauge, so that's why I laughed at that. Okay, Sakoli Desert. Which is Forgotten Springs. Alright, so where is Aroha? She back there? No. Oh, circuit? That might be it. Circuit was one such notorious monster in Final Fantasy XI. Yep, there she goes. His ring. Drop your ring. No, you don't drop it. Just wait. To think that we managed to defeat such a foe. And yet, I find that there is something within me still wanting. I must find a way to overcome this. I must find my way home. Buddha. So many quests I haven't done on this character. Alright, so probably over in the Adventurers Guild. There are no words to express my gratitude for your assistance. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine confronting the legendary circuit. If not for you, I would be but one of the countless victims who succumbed to his poisonous sting. Another stone. Yes, it comes to me now. Or mortal struggle. Forbidden magics uttered in the final bid for salvation. Fenrir. It all makes sense now. The pitched battles, the arduous journeys, the fellowship of adventurers. It was not my life that I recalled, but rather the tales of a great hero I mistook as myself. I suspected such feats were too extraordinary to be my own, and the memories held within the stone have removed all doubt. They were of a journey into the past, one which revealed a horrible truth I dare not repeat out loud. And I remember my home, Vanadiel. It is not some territory or continent, but an entirely different world. My true memories return to me now, and it's all thanks to you. More importantly, I believe I now understand how to wield Amatsu Kiori. It should not be long before my path home is clear to me as well. But first, I must see my training to its completion. While waiting here, I heard unsettling stories of a foul beast terrorizing Bronze Lake. This is a perfect opportunity to put into practice everything I have learned. Today is the day I wield the power of Amatsu Kiori. After his last endeavor, let's meet in Limsa Minsa. It's kind of interesting that they skipped over Treasures of Ergen with their flashbacks. Probably because they can only have 3 flashbacks. Fenrir is from the Wings of a Goddess story, specifically the Windhurst storyline. Alright, where am I going? What am I doing? Bronze Lake. Okay. Yuki. Commence the key to Matsukiori? Yes. Oh my. There we go. A dragon. Oh, I see. On your guard, I sense a dark presence. There, and it is not alone. But I am not alone either. I will deal with the dragon. Pray attentive eye. Struck true, and yet it is unarmed? Terry, I'm nearing my limit. So high. No! I did not come this far to fail now. I will return to my world. To master. The power, it fills me. The power of Amatsu Kiori. Come, Althea, it begins. Worst case scenario, I have to heal. I'm acting as tank. Summoner tank. Yeah, we could have went to OC, I guess. I've done that before with friends from EU. Visits. A little tough, but I'm glad it was. Because originally that fight in 11 was very tough. At last, my training is complete. And it's all thanks to you. You were always there to keep me on the path. I would speak with you more, but not here. Let's make for Linsel Minsa. Okay. At last, the power of Amatsu Kiori is mine to command, and my memories are slowly but surely returning. None of this would have been possible if not for your unwavering guidance. To think I could have forgotten a mission so vital. My resolve was unyielding, my mind focused on the task before me. In the end, I fear I may have jeopardized all I hold dear. As I told you earlier, my home is, or rather was, a world known as Vanadiel. Try as we might, its destruction could not be forestalled. But fate saw fit to give me one last chance. I was allowed to travel back in time, to escape to the past before the darkness had consumed all. Together with the heroes of the past, I knew this tragedy could be averted, just as it had been so many times before. Master was the greatest of them all, a hero without equal, whose grand adventures I mistook as my own memories. I cannot help but feel I am still forgetting something else important, something that happened to Master. I suppose in time it will come to me. Before I leave, might we go and speak with Mumu? If not for her insistence, I would have been bereft of your assistance. It would be rude not to extend my thanks to her as well. Okay, choose this way. I cannot shake the feeling I am once again forgetting something, but I suppose it will not matter when I return. Oh, how I long to once more fight at Master's side. Aroha told me the good news. Her memory is, for the most part, restored. Perhaps more importantly, her training is complete. If he hadn't come with me to Casa del Sol, I dare say she'd be swinging at crabs along the beach. Now that I have you here, I'd very much like to talk to you about my story. About what you were doing before we arrived. How exactly did you come here to be in Eorzea? And you say you went back in time, trying to save your world? Yes, you have the right of it. No life was spared by the darkness. None save for mine, that is. Fate intervened, and I was sent back to the past, the time where I could find heroes capable of saving Vanadiel. That is how I was reunited with Master, although at a much earlier time than I anticipated. The last thing I remember is a fierce battle and a strange light. When next I awoke, I was here. To be torn away from Master when I was needed most. My heart feels like it might burst. How awful. You were close, then? Master was like family to me, an exceptional warrior besides. I spent my entire life striving to become such a hero and live up to the legends I so fondly remember. It all began with a stone, or so the story goes. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. The world entered an age of bliss. That is, until the gods fell into slumber. That world is my home, Vanadiel. It was home to three great nations, the Kingdom of Sidoria, Republic of Bastok, and the Federation of Windhurst. Powerful as they were, though, in times of strife, they would turn to a single hero, my master. Be it a demon of rage seeking vengeance, or spiteful god our destruction, Master was always there to pull us back from the brink of oblivion. I'm like getting tears because I know all these scenes. So, yeah. So long as there is light and life in the world, the legend of Vanadiel's greatest hero will live on. There is little wonder these stories were the first to spring back to my mind. I have all but memorized them. But no matter how many times I asked, you would always... Oh, please excuse me. For a moment, when I looked at you, something in your eyes reminded me of Master, and I... Don't worry yourself over it. I imagine our friend here often has that effect on people. I realize how ridiculous this seems. Anyone in their right mind would think it's some fanciful dream. But for me, this world is this dream, and now it is a time to awaken. When next I open my eyes, I will be home, in Vanadiel, once more at Master's side. This may be just a dream, but it is one I shall never forget. Thank you for everything. It would seem I'm not yet ready to return. Is this perhaps the will of the goddess? If it is by her will, then so it shall be. I vow to work hard every day to become a warrior worthy of your teachings. Then, when the time comes, we shall meet again, here in Eorzea or perhaps in the waking world. There goes the greatest story I'll never get to write. An adventure from another world, traveling back in time to save her people. Who's going to believe such a silly tale? I'll leave the flights of fancy to Peter. But for her sake, I hope she finds her way home, wherever that may be. Okay. Well, I might have to use some of this gear as my Stormblood glam. I do have a glam for Stormblood picked out already, but it was not much. It's this one, which isn't bad, but yeah, I don't know if I like those shoes. I might have to find better shoes. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know. It was good to do this quest again, because I had forgotten most about it. I forgot the whole point of a reporter. I forgot that you fight and then you get these stones, and that triggers her memory. It doesn't really... This quest doesn't really have much to do with Rhapsodies, except for the fact that Rhapsodies covers the entirety of the game, so that it makes sense that they would show all those snapshots of people from the NPCs that you fight with in the various expansions. Yeah, and Rhapsodies does have the whole point of it is a great darkness that's engulfing the world, and you have to stop it. And Aroha comes back from her time to your time, and but you're just a baby when she meets you. I mean, not literally, but yeah. Okay, I am going to switch characters now, and go back to Wendy, and we are going to continue with the 7.5 MSQ. So I got hot data center sword. No, not Aryan. I never play Aryan. Yep, back to NA. I left off here just about ready to do a trial. Let me change my gear. My glam. Wendy has a lot of glams. Just wanted to get the she had a pair of gloves on, and I wanted to re-glam them back to her rubber stuff. So, yeah, this trial is fun. I've done it on my other character, and I can't remember if I died or not on the character, but it's a fun trial. So you're welcome to stay and watch if you don't want to, because it is stuff that you haven't gotten to yet. I totally understand. I don't know how you are with spoilers. I hate spoilers myself, so I try not to watch things I haven't played myself. But yeah, either way, you're welcome to stay, or if you need to go, that's fine. I appreciate you hanging out with me as always. So let's get into the party finder, duty finder for Unmaking. Music is great. "12-minute wait." Oh, 8 minutes. Okay, yeah, I think it's going very fast. Back in my chair while we're waiting. Not half the party. Go rest. Alright, here we go. Sovereign of North, India. Summoner.
All who dare oppose me shall quake before the sunken dark. The void's power is mine to wield. Perish. Be still.
I'm dead.
Accept your downfall.
Alright, this seems to be the...
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
I breathe the darkness. Let the light guide me.
You must break free.
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with NOO.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
Light, protect us.
I will not yield my domain! Such is the power of the void. Void shall never cease to be! My power is absolute! The Void's power is mine to wield. Must all boundaries cease to be? Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
I don't know what to do with these.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? The Void's power is mine to wield.
I almost walked off there.
Behold the truth of this world!
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Accept your downfall. Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? Be still.
Well, this was a lot messier when I did it on Althea, but we cleared, so.
They must be sealed away.
It's over. Endless reign is at an end.
I'm glad you came. We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more Void Scent from passing through the gate.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
I could say, alas, voids have been emerging from fissures across the source. Or I can say, have you noticed any abnormalities in the void of late? I think I said the second line on Althea. So I'm going to save a first line this time.
Cause for alarm indeed. Tell us more. So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate. For better or worse, precious little has changed in the 13th since the Romus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
And you think this weakening could be happening elsewhere?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Razat-Han and Garlemald? Eulus took mercy upon the interloper. Whether Void Sent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home. Should we meet, I will gladly offer them aid. Please tell Eulus as much. Wait. How exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
Good question.
And this path of yours is still there. I cannot see it.
Nor does it reveal itself to me. Perhaps the path serves only the key bearer.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
Oh, how far you come, Zero. Now seems an opportune time to give Zero a parcel Eulus prepared for her. Yep. That key of yours intrigues me. Had my former self known of its existence, I might have sought different means to reach the source. Something for me? Package of dumplings. A paper parcel full of still warm dumplings, packed with care by Eulus. That smell. Food, is it? Ah, I recall you speaking of the dumplings his mother used to make. Thank you for the parcel and the fond memories. There's more than enough to share with Gomez. Now that he forgoes the ether of others, I'm sure he'll appreciate the sustenance. I sometimes wonder what the void would be like if culinary traditions flourished there once more, whether it would suffice to break the cycle of mutual consumption. A heartening thought, if nothing else. A beacon from beyond. Zero has something to discuss with you. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called upon darkness in some time. In truth, I find light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we return to Red Moon after sensing Enuo's presence, rarely do we linger on a single location. However, if the interloper you spoke of does intend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With Enuo defeated, the source should be in no imminent danger. Good. We'll wait for you by the crater. I presume you remember traveling by Nisrock. Once we reach the surface, the creature will convey us to my domain. There is a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, but I seldom had need once my generals were in place. Eiko Yorm herself crafted a device that I might lay low the servant of light. Ironic that we now use it is seeking to restore light to the void. Ah, forgive my idle reminiscences. 'Tis time we made our descent. There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were able to harness the residual ether from Barbarica's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Right, we had best prepare for our potential guests. Join me in my abode when you're ready. I imagine you remember these, the transporters we used to receive light from the first. If memory serves, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of a flood into the crystal tower. Using the tower's crossroads travel capabilities, light is then conveyed into the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance will be greatly appreciated. Okay.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
Sure, it's a beacon. Oh, and there he is.
Immortal Nullis. I did not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible.
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. This light is ample proof your comrade spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
It would seem Ulysses' intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll head home sooner rather than later? Are you certain you wish to leave? Yes. Then let's return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell.
Would you deliver a message to Ulysses for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us.
Yeah.
Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
Winty's wave is kind of weird. I mean, she's got such a serious demeanor about her, and then she's got this cute little wave. And I was like, goodbye.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears she's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Wait. Is that...
Gods, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-Sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Oh. Forgot she appears now.
And who might you be? Not her Void-Sent, I'd wager.
Greetings.
She's got sad eyes.
I am Helmarut of the Asians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms? I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Halmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. It would be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is true? What you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one.
Oh boy.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Oh boy.
Wait!
To think that individuals of Calyx's ilk, or worse, exist on other shards. You'll have to forgive me. I'm still coming to terms with it all. While I am tempted to dismiss a preemptive rejoining as an early observed solution, her words are not to be taken lightly. Trust the Ashians to be plotting something utterly reprehensible. Yeah, I can say that word. The Ashians once labored to resurrect Zodiac and bring back those who rendered up their lives to summon him. For the sake of those who now live, we fought tirelessly to oppose them. If Halmarut doth truly seek a rejoining to avert this solstice, to ensure some survive when otherwise all would perish, then our interests are not so disparate. Alphno has no words. Halmarut can't be speaking the truth, can she? There you are. One moment you were standing before me, and the next you'd vanished into thin air. Thanks to you all, the Voisin have been eradicated, and the gate lies sealed once more. There's nary a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? The star seeks to become whole. But that's preposterous. As far as I'm aware, Hyland made no mention of a natural rejoining. I ought to consult the records to be certain. But not before thanking you for dispatching the Voidson so handily. You well and truly saved the day. Alright, Wendy needs money. She needs money more than food. Trail to the Heavens. Alphinaud continues to grapple with Hollow-Root's disclosure. The implications of the solstice and winter schemes, as well as our approach moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. As I yawn. And by we, I mean all our fellow Scions. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others would be happy to meet us there. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we all can use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections? To settle then, to the Rising Stones. Rest assured we will do all we can to support your endeavors. Okay. Anybody over here? Nope, not yet. 'Tis a pity my stay in Tyrell came to such an abrupt end. Should like to make arrangements to remain in touch with Shao. I'm sure you would. It feels like a lifetime ago I first set foot within these walls. But given all we've experienced, a lifetime's worth of triumphs and tribulations in the interim. Perhaps that is only natural. There was much more to take care of in Garlemald, even after tending to the wounded. I shall be sure to make a full report with Achika. Since leaving for Tyrell, we've been almost constantly on the move. Feels good to put my feet up in familiar stamping grounds. In spite of time's vicissitudes, some things endure. This sanctuary is surely among them. At times like this, the company of friends is all the more precious. Nary a thing has changed since last we gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them a while longer.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here. Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Apologies for our delay.
Ori!
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with. But we're working on it.
Yeah, Celia Estinian.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
Yep.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savour our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Void Sense incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Vanar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
I could say, I don't think she had any way of knowing. Or I could say, I think she knew and chose to trust in us. I said the second line on Althea. I'm not sure which line I want to say. I like the idea of her trusting in us, so I will say that line again.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
And she seems totally fine with that. Standing on a cryo. Even after discussing revelations concerning Calyx, there's a great deal to share. It's difficult to know where to begin. Sorry, Cryo, for standing on you. Hearing our comrades' tales reminds me of my efforts to master pictomancy. We've all come so far, striven so hard. Aenor and I were training in Gridano when Voisin attacked the Tallswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the twin adders. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. That's why Tataru was so quickly apprised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste for Garlemald. While circumstance and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose. Indeed, may that purpose continue to guide us now that we stand together once again. Okay, time for the sisters. The brothers are reunited, yet a distance between them persists. How cruel fate is to force me to choose. Yeah. Oh, Aenor, I hope you come to your senses, but I see you're still in the throes of withdrawal. Judging by your guise, Clemens, your studies must have been productive. Indeed, I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Charlatan astrology. At one point I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target, so sorely bereft of barbary administrations as I am. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. It makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. Alright, Tataru. Seems our colleagues have much to catch up with each other on. We shall have to brew some tea. Tataru is ever a considerate facilitator. Grateful am I to refrain from weighty discussions and simply converse with old friends. After Urianger and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Zaktural. We never have a chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through Los and Nihata before heading up the coast to the frigid northern reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Doral really is. We also met with the Wildclee. Though we may not have had time to study their arts at length, we were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. With it we could have indulged our curiosity further and traveled to yet more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. We should very much like to return, given the chance. I helped propel the Voisin incursion in Lapis and Manalis. Fighting off fiend-controlled Galatae is something I won't wish to relive, but it was nonetheless good training. The latest development is indeed a shock, but I am heartened to see not a single face clouded with despair. Cotonet and I have remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Gallians and the Corvosi. With seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled, and we were able to return. I understand the Garlean community has made great strides in improving relations with other peoples. Hearing that, I feel a renewed zeal for resolving the issues in Corvos. Then, perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Garleans and compliments from me and the twins. My stuff got fire even hotter. Don't worry about me. I'm sure you've plenty to discuss with all these old faces. 'Twas by no means an easy decision, but as the solstice is now our paramount concern, Althea and I have opted to formally withdraw from our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Euless and his comrades are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high one day. Indeed. In the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Euless and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. It seems everyone has much and more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. I forgot about this part.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I'm not an ambitious person.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential. You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth. A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
I could say, that sounds exciting. Or I can say, why tell me where you're going? Yeah, it does sound exciting, but yeah, why tell me where you're going?
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost?
Oh boy.
I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how turns the key to winter's end? Okay. So that is the end of the MSQ. We can talk to more people, but there is one person I want to talk to. I'm a Moon, so we will go back to Moon. Someone told me about this. I wouldn't have discovered this myself. Would not have occurred to me to go talk to the Watcher. I was told of your encounter with Holomarut. I confess I have no knowledge of his natural rejoining. Nor do I know whether Hydaelyn was aware of such a phenomenon. Regardless, it was her unshakable faith in mankind that led her to entrust the future to you. That faith was not misplaced, was it? Okay. I'm trying to decide if I have enough energy to do a raid tonight, but I'm thinking I don't. It's 9:40, and I get tired these days easily, so let's go back to Gridania. Wait, no, Wendy's not from Gridania. Wendy's from Uda. And we'll go talk to retainers real quick. And then I'll decide about doing a raid. So much junk. documentation, long windows, just don't need one. I don't think they'll sell for much. Me. Okay. Oh, I need to drop off gear at the Grand Company, but I don't feel like doing that. Okay, I'm going to end here for the night. I am tired. My eyes are slowly blinking, and I think I should get some sleep. So, yeah, we did what we said we were going to do, so that's good. I'm glad I finished the story. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for hanging out with me again, and hope you enjoyed the stream. And yeah, and I know I have somebody who will be watching the video on demand, so I hope you enjoy it when you watch it. So yeah, it was good to do the Final Fantasy XI crossover again. So glad you told me to do it. So take care, stay safe. Sleep well when you do. And I will see you again sometime. Thank you. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you want more video game fun, follow me on Twitch at Althea Valara.